thinking about who I wanted on my team. So we knew Sammy was dedicated to baseball. I picked him to be on my team because I knew he was good at baseball. He had baseball history. He also played with football. We wanted to find a player that could just get on base and who would always come, and that player was Aiden. And with that, the season started.
My expectations were that the first game was going to be kind of like an experiment game, since none of us knew if the rules were going to work or if the game would flow correctly or how many walks or hits there would be, if there was too many or too little.
My expectations coming into opening day, they were pretty high actually. Me and Jack had played a lot of wiffle ball before that. I was really prepared and I knew Jack was really prepared. We played against Owen and Andrew and we won like every scrimmage, so I was not worried at all.
My expectations were high for us because I knew I was practicing and I knew Sammy played baseball before, so he'd be pretty good. And me and Aiden were practicing a lot, so I knew he would contribute to the team at least a little bit.
Well, I think my performance hitting was a little better than it was in the field. I remember I got one home run that game, and most of the other time I got hit by the pitch by Owen.
I felt pretty good actually. I thought I did pretty good. I got on base. I got hit a lot actually. I was like a magnet. Personally, I think I contributed to the win. And personally, I think I was partially the reason that Owen was hitting us so much. Because if you know me in real life, I don't stop talking. And I know that. So I can talk to Owen the whole time, and he'll just hit me. And it'll be great. And I'll be on base.
Well, I knew my pitching was on point after the first few innings, and I needed to get used to the hitting at the new field, but after game 1, I knew that my hitting would improve throughout the season, and it showed in game 2 and 3 when I hit home runs off of Owen and Andrew. But I thought the first series overall went really well, and there was nothing really to improve on besides getting better at team chemistry, and that's about it.
And then in the other side of the game, fielding, I was kind of awful as a pitcher since it was my first time ever being on a mound in wiffle ball. I think I let up like 20-something runs in that game.
Our team chemistry helped us a lot actually. We all knew our roles. Jack was to pitch, Sammy's was the second round pitch, mine was to get on base. Because I'm not the best. But if we didn't know those roles, we wouldn't have won as many games as we did. I don't think we would have even scored as many points as we did.
From my perspective as a player, Jack was really clicking on the mound. He was hitting the zone. He was throwing his pitches where they needed to be. Owen was really wild on the mound. He kept blocking the umpire, so that was huge for them. Aiden was getting a couple of hits. He was getting on base. Sammy had a home run. They were all really clicking together, and that's how they got the sweep.
I think out of all of us, Jack was the most prepared for the season. Since he set up the league, he knew most of the rules. He knew how the game was going to flow at first. But I think for me and Aiden, it was a little of an experiment since it was our first time playing. After sweeping the Storm in Series 1, it felt good to start off the season being 3-0, but the game wasn't quite as we wanted it to be. It was 4 to 5 hours long, which was way too long, and we knew that we needed to change some of the rules to get the games to flow better.
After the first series, we swept the Storm, so we were definitely on a momentum shift, and we were playing really well. Me and Sammy were hitting. Aiden was actually hitting as well, making great plays in the field, and I was really confident that we were going to sweep the Raptors, but that all changed.
After we swept the Storm, I thought that the Empire was going to be unstoppable. I thought that our rules were working. I thought we were going to win every single game that we played. And then the next game came.
After the first series, the Empire made everybody think that they were the dominant team in DWL. However, in the second series, the Riverside Raptors proved everybody wrong.
We went into the second series being very cocky since we just swept the Storm, and I don't think we were prepared what the Raptors had to offer against us because we ended up getting swept.
I was really wild on the mound. Sammy didn't find his pitches as well as he did in game 2 of the Storm series. I think it was just slowing down or something, and Brendan Enright was getting a hold of it. Gerard was getting a hold of it, just not home runs. We all just weren't clicking as we did in the first series, and that's why we got swept.
A lot changed going into the Raptors series. Brendan and Gerard were really good with their pitches. They can control them really well. Sammy and Jack weren't looking the same as they were on opening day. As on the hitting side of the game, me and the Empire, we weren't looking very good. We kept missing the ball. We kept swinging the bat when we were supposed to swing the bat. I thought we had a chance after we lost game 1. I was like, oh yeah, we can come back. This is okay. And then we got massacred in game 2, and it wasn't good. It just was not pretty.
As a commentator, knowing what the Empire did to us, I thought that the Empire were going to win at least 2 games. So I was really surprised that the Raptors swept them. And they didn't just sweep them. None of the games were really close except game 1. Game 2, they won by 9. In game 3, Jack walked 7 batters. And it was just really weird to see the Empire kind of get manhandled by the Raptors. So that was definitely something that I did not expect.
My mindset going into All-Star Weekend was one series can't determine our whole season. Our season was going to end with us playing the Raptors in the finals. We're going to sweep them 3-0. It's going to be great.
I feel like I had room to improve after the first 2 series because my performance was okay. I knew that I had to get better at pitching. I felt like I did pretty good at the plate, but I think I just needed to improve getting my pitches more accurate and expanding my variety of pitches.
Although we did get swept, I knew that we were still going to end the season off on a high note, and we just had to carry it into the playoffs. And if we did that, we would have a great shot at winning.